For half the population, the challenges can be different.
I'm not going to back down any chance.
Struggles unique to their experience that in some cases have lasted for lifetimes.
They can break the multi-generational cycle.
You want to lead the way?
This week, we focus on women's issues, stories of strength.
Stand up, fight for their selves.
People fighting past hurdles that have existed for far too long. This is The Race. Welcome to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart. Of all the hurdles that stand in our way in getting through this pandemic, one of the tallest may be hesitancy. While the majority of Americans are now vaccinated against COVID-19, a group where the numbers are still lagging is pregnant women. But a woman here in New Jersey is hoping her story can boost confidence in expectant mothers just like her.
That's my mom. This is her spirit captured in a photo. She's such a bundle of energy and joy. She just loved her.
These are the moments, grandmother and granddaughter, that can now only exist in Fianna Garza Tulip's memories. How many years ago was that?
That was, February 26, 2020. Wow. So it was not too long before she died.
COVID-19 took her mom in July of last year.
She caught it at work and died a week after feeling her symptoms. I didn't even know she was sick until 2 days before she died.
She says the virus also took her uncle and left her dad with long-haul symptoms that require around-the-clock care. But after so much loss, in less than a month, she'll give her 2-year-old daughter a brother.
I'm excited to smile when he comes. I'm excited to feel real joy that he's here and he's breathing and that we fought through some of the darkest times of my life together.
She was only 4 weeks into her pregnancy when she got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in April.
It was in honor of my mom, and I knew there was no question if I was going to get it.
But a couple of weeks ago, when it came time to get her booster shot, she says even as a major supporter of vaccines, she became nervous when her pharmacy only had Pfizer or Moderna.
That was the first time I was kind of nervous. And it was because I've heard so many stories about people questioning whether, can you mix? Is it okay? And, you're just about to have the baby in 4 weeks. Is that safe?
The FDA says it is okay to mix vaccines, which Fianna did.
I'm thinking, no, go back to the science, listen to the science. Look, the FDA says it's okay and trust that.
These are the kinds of questions OBGYN Dr. Beth Carew hears from her patients.
Pregnancy is one of those really hard times in life when we become very conscious of the things that we do, the things we put into our bodies.
No research has found that vaccination leads to an increased risk of issues like miscarriage. As for the damage the virus can do, evidence shows problems like a higher risk of preterm birth.
The more and more data we have really shows that the risks of COVID are really high and the risks of the vaccine are really low.
You want to go inside?
Yeah. I think pregnant women need to see other pregnant women who have gotten it and had the baby. And it's happening, but not enough people are sharing the story about it.
Fianna says while the virus has taken so much from her, when she soon welcomes a new life, it will be proof of what COVID could not. It is a question often asked in communities of color, why cases of missing women of color don't get more attention. Vanessa Mishania introduces us to a group that works to find thousands of missing black women each year.
This right here is Yasmin Ackery. She went missing, I believe it was 2008. My name is Damon Lamar Reed. So I'm painting portraits of missing black women from the Chicagoland area. I was kind of oblivious to this stuff. And when I started kind of doing research and finding out things, it was really shocking.
On a characteristic day in the Windy City, Damon Lamar Reed shows off a portion of his still searching project.
This right here is Franklin Lenzer Murray.
He's using his talent to draw more eyes to the dozens and dozens of unsolved cases of missing and murdered Black women that have plagued the south and west sides of Chicago for decades. Something you may not have heard of if you're not from these neighborhoods.
You know, we're one of the biggest cities in the United States. Not only should this be a priority for our police department, but this should be national, international news.
Nikki Patan is the community director for the Chicago Alliance Against Sexual Exploitation, one of the local organizations that have been sounding the alarm about what is happening in the city. Since 2001, at least 75 women ages 15 to 58, mostly Black, who were missing, were eventually found murdered, all in similar ways. Most died of strangulation. Their bodies found in alleys, dumpsters, and abandoned buildings. 51 of those murders are unsolved.
In most places, I think, that would trigger somebody saying, there's a pattern. There's not been a lot of discussion about, is there of CPD saying, oh, there's a serial killer and we're actively investigating what is happening to Black women in Chicago.
Advocates like Nikki say the reason these women and their families have not received justice is because of the color of their skin in the neighborhoods they come from. She says instead of viewing it as someone who needs to be found, many assume that they led dangerous lives and put themselves in harm's way.
Because that's why you choose to live in a civil society, right? Because you are paying into a system that hopefully has your best interests at heart. And I think that especially in the cases of missing and murdered Black women, it's heartbreakingly clear that that is not applied.
Last year, 250,000 women across the country went missing. 100,000 were women of color. African Americans remain missing 4 times longer than white Americans.
Media coverage is so vital because it alerts the community that someone is missing, and it can greater the chance of a recovery. But it also puts pressure on law enforcement to add resources to the case.
Natalie Wilson is the founder of Black and Missing Foundation. With her PR background, she works with families whose loved ones haven't received media coverage.
It's sharing a post, volunteering. We need boots on the ground.
If you see an opportunity to jump in and help, do that.
Advocates like Natalie, Nikki, and Damon are doing what they can, but to find as many women as possible, they say they need everyone, the media, law enforcement, and the public to join their effort.
This is not a problem that Black women and girls are going to solve by themselves, nor should they. It's not a problem that they should be handling the heaviness of it or the hardness of it by themselves. This should be, of all efforts, this should be a group effort.
I'm Vanessa Mishanya reporting.
More to come on the race. Stick with us.